What up, guys? It's Sick here again, vlog number 4. So in today's vlog, it's Friday, by the way, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I got April Fooled by my kid. It was nothing crazy. I mean, he's 6. He said, "Hey Dad, there's a bee behind you." I turned, April Fool's. But anyway, that's the only person that got me. I'm heading into work right now. Hopefully the joke's just there, don't have nothing planned. It's kind of dark. Today I want to talk about what is a work week. What is a work week to you? What does your week consist of? What do you do? What goals? Do you set goals throughout the week? Do you know, this is one of the reasons why I like my job. My job as an aircraft mechanic, I mean, there's different styles of aircraft maintenance. It can be heavy maintenance, big body aircraft like your commercial airliners. The planes that I work with fly every day, you know, and we have a window. We fly freight, so we have a window. I have pretty much just 6 hours touch time on an aircraft. And I don't know, you know, there's scheduled maintenance on these smaller planes too, but otherwise, line maintenance wise, I don't know what's going to happen every day. I don't know what I'm going to do, you know. There's some jobs it's like, you know, you're going to be drilling the same hole every day, you know. At my job, I don't know what's going to break, what's going to happen next. And there's a lot of thought process that goes into it, troubleshooting wise. I mean, there's different systems in the aircraft that break every single day. So that's why we're there. We do it and we fix it. But what is a work week? A normal work week for somebody, depending banker's hours or whatever, 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. You know, I've had day shift jobs. All my jobs have been weird. Even when I wasn't in aviation, I remember having a job. You know, my first job was I changed oil on cars, and that turned into, you know, what I do now. But I floated around. When I went to school, you know, I worked at a liquor store. That job, it was like, it was either 10 to something, or I would come in at 3 to 9 or work 6 hours or whatever, or, you know, or like 1 to 9 for the 8 hours. But like in the oil change job, you know, I would work whatever. We opened 8 o'clock and closed at 5, you know, and then you'd work the whole day. But, you know, now, like my first aviation job was with Lockheed Martin, and that was early morning, you know, 5, but that's the thing, that's a manufacturer of aircraft. So it was the same thing every single day. I knew what I was going to do in my job. Sorry for the shaky camera, by the way. I mean, the tripod's there, but it's not helping. Even if I had a car mount, I don't think it would work unless I hit it on the windshield or something. But anyway, so, you know, and then after Lockheed, I went to a place called ST Aerospace, worked on big body aircraft, and that place was a midday job. I would come in at like 3:30, work till 11:30, and that was just different too, you know. I mean, it wasn't different. It was, the jobs are split up. So you had an interiors crew, you know, you had APG, which they dealt with like hydraulics, all the engine stuff. You had sheet metal crews. So you were on a crew that did the same tasks over and over and over again, and it gets boring, you know. So I finally, you know, those places aren't bad to build experience, to get something under your belt, because honestly, in aviation, starting out in aviation, those are the kind of jobs to expect. I know, you know, me personally, if somebody comes in, you know, I just got my AMP, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, here's a line maintenance job, here, go after it, you know. I mean, these guys need to build experience. That's the thing. And those places, MROs are, I know you don't need your A&P to work at most MROs, but those are the jobs that you're gonna get, and you have to deal with that. So if you're a new A&P, you have to go through it and suck it up and build some time in there, and then branch off. And I definitely recommend line maintenance. I mean, unfortunately, here where I live in San Antonio and the company I work for, there's only an opportunity for night shift. So I've been doing night shift now for 4 years. I got used to it. It's not as bad as people say it is. Some people love it, you know, as long as I couldn't deal with swing shifts. Swing shifts would be awful. But I work now primarily 8 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. That's the normal shift. But if something happens, something breaks, we're there till it's fixed. It's not common for me to be there 18 hours a day, you know. I mean, it's, well, not common, you know. It's very common. It happens all the time. But that's the name of the game. Sometimes it's slow. Sometimes the planes don't, you know, you caught up with everything. There's always something to do, but it isn't a necessity to work overtime for, you know. So, but the beauty of it is, I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm going in there, and it could be complete hell. You know, we could have 3-4 planes down. And we're going to do our best to get them back up in that 6-7 hour window. Depending on parts, there's AOG parts. There's a lot of logistics that goes into line maintenance. Compared to like an MRO, like at STO space, they were heavy checks, so they're stripping the plane down. The plane's there for 1.5 to 2 months, depending if they're on schedule or not. So that's kind of my work week. I mean, like, you know, so when people say, oh, I had a hard day, you know, and I'm sure other people do have a hard day within the 8 hours. Because there's different types of stress and how to handle stress. I mean, there's stress, you know, mental stress, physical stress. But I think that's what's so great about where I work now is it stimulates all those stresses and your brain. If you don't have common sense, you will not succeed in line maintenance. That's a give me, you know. It's about troubleshooting, starting from the easiest to the worst. That's how I say it. That's how I say it. I mean, find the simplest problem first to see if it's the fix, you know. Like if a light bulb's burnt out, don't go chasing wires for no reason. Put in a bulb, see if it works. That's kind of an example. But, you know, on the other hand, work weeks vary. Like, I wish I had a set work week sometimes, because sometimes my life is non-existent outside of work. And I love it. My wife sometimes hates it. But I can honestly say, now in my life, I do something that I enjoy and I love. And sometimes it gets stressful, you're going to get upset, but that's human nature, you know. I mean, it just depends, you know. But I can honestly say I love it. Otherwise, you know, if I didn't love it, I would have been gone already. You know, it's probably next year will be the longest I've been in any job. This would be this one, you know. It would be 5 years. So, and I think I've succeeded far within my company, you know. But going back to your work week, you know, what is a work week, you know? People come in, you know, if you're talking to somebody, oh, I had a long week, you know, or a hard week. When in all honesty, they work 32 to 40 hours, you know, and I'm sure it's been hard, but sometimes it's unreal. Sometimes some people do 85. Like I know in the oil field, I feel bad for those guys. Those guys kick ass, but they get paid for it, you know. So it all depends on what goals you set through your work week. If you set goals, and I'm saying not just at work, but your work week. If you have weekends off, or whatever day you have off, the days you go to work, set goals to do things at home and at work. You know, don't be lazy about it. Railroad tracks. Don't be lazy about it. Just go and do it. I try to knock out as much as I can before I go to work and to help my wife. Even though if sometimes she doesn't see it, I do. I try my hardest, and sometimes I'm lazy about it, but I try my hardest to take care of stuff at the house when she's at work. when she gets home from work, it's hard for her because, she goes 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. as a nurse, and that's that kind of shift she works. And she still does things when she gets home, but my schedule is a little bit easier because I'll go to bed, wake up at noon. I have a few hours to take care of a bunch of stuff, if I wake up at noon or 10 o'clock, whatever. If I get home about 5 a.m., I go to sleep and boom, that's it. So, but that's what I wanted to say about a work week. What is a work week to you? A work week to me is time to kick ass at work, kick ass at home, and make sure the family's straight. And on the weekend, guess what? Do it again. Do stuff for yourself. Invest time for yourself, for fun, but also if you have a house or something like that, take care of your house. Cut the grass. A lot of people tend to hire somebody, to cut the grass or whatever. Well, if you're capable, try cutting your own grass. You might find something to enjoy. Like my neighbor, for instance, told me, hey, well, why don't you hire a pool guy? One thing, I'm broke, so why would I hire a pool guy when I'm broke, but why not figure it out for yourself? Find out what chemicals you need. I turned my pool around in 24 hours from being a tea bag full of green, marsh. But, it's just kind of a rant work and whatnot. I had a good week. So, but folks, I know it's a short vlog and it's about work, but just kind of take in what I say about that, so, and what I have to say about it. I'm sure I'm gonna have to clip some of this out because YouTube not letting me post, I think, past 10 minutes. I'm already at 12 minutes plus the intro, so. But anyways, it's Sig. I'm signing off for vlog 4. I'll see y'all this weekend, guys. Take care and have a great evening.